Hey there, Uniwarriors! EnnuiGoblin here. Welcome back to Uniwar Battlegrounds as we continue round 6 in my Sapiens vs. Titan match against my opponent, Androide77 from Spain. Now, in the last time that we were together, I was setting up this northeast flank, trying to counter as he teleported in all these mechas up onto these mountain territories. Now, it looks like he did what I didn't expect it to do, which was he moved his Eclipse from this position down to this position. In fact, why don't we just watch his general order of turns? Yeah, captures the base, brings another one up to that mountain, and moves down his Eclipse. So, I think it's a good and a bad move at the same time. I'm not sure. I think he's playing conservatively, so I can't fault him for that. I'm surprised that he didn't move this unit back up to this position to try and damage this helicopter. Although he knows that my rockets are here and he doesn't want to. I'm assuming he couldn't afford another. He couldn't afford another Eclipse for this position, so he doesn't want to lose this one, and he doesn't want to have to invest more credits into getting, setting himself up with an assimilator to repair these things really quickly. So he's just trying to hold down these center squares and keep me from making an advance with this helicopter too far into this territory. What I want to continue to do is harass these guys up here and use this rockets to get within range of these Eclipses so that I can push them back even further and take better control of this general center areas, particularly these 6 tiles right here. So I'm going to start out with the helicopter attack on this unit because I want him gone. It's just a matter of counting numbers at this point. I want to try and eliminate as many units as possible before he gets his positions in order. And keeping him on his toes is going to be critical. If I let him sit back and turtle with Eclipses and build a walker here, there's no way I'm going to get across these squares in time to be able to counter that. Even if I build helicopters, I won't be able to get around through these ocean tiles up into this space. So I really need to keep him off his center and continue to harass him in order to keep him from getting a solid position. So let's start. Bring the helicopter up in here. Firing on this unit. Bringing him back up to the rocket so that he can go in for a quick round. Now the rocket can't hit any of the Eclipses yet. I wish I had been able to get a direct shot into the center with the helicopter. Then I could have stopped him from getting this base yet another turn. Very close, just not close enough. So let's do damage to this unit instead so that I can snipe him with my helicopter on the next turn. And then we'll move him a step closer to those Eclipses, keeping them just outside their range. Oh, or not. I didn't realize he could move up to this spot. That's the second time I've made this mistake in that game. So now you guys know why I would rather do cast on the top players, because they don't make mistakes like that. For now, you're going to have to settle with my dumbass making awful, awful blunder by just offering up a free 4 chunk of my rockets. Fortunately, I do have the engineer here, but it's going to slow my advance down significantly, and I got to prevent him from getting free shots. So the only thing I can really do is bring this Marine up to this tile so that he can't get a free shot at my rockets. I think it's my only chance to keep those rockets fully intact. So now I'd rather sacrifice a Marine than lose a rocket any day of the week, especially on a map like this. So we'll put him up here. I'm at 450. Another helicopter would be really useful right about now, but 50 short is 50 short. Now, should I go with another? I think the engineer isn't going to be that useful on this map because his EMP range isn't going to be able to be useful above these tiles nor around through this lake area. So the value of the EMP ability on these engineers is kind of shattered to nothingness on this map. It just doesn't work well for this map. I'd have to have my engineers on this side of the map in enemy territory and able to be able to use their EMP effectively. So there's no reason to build another engineer right now. He's strictly going to have to be for healing. So what I should do is save. I want to be able to build another rocket on the next turn. My income is 400, so I should be able to afford it. 650 for the rockets, right? Yeah. For the battery is 650. So as long as I have 250 at the end of this turn, I'll be able to get another battery for the turn 7. which is perfect. That would work great. So let's put... I'm going to keep the engineer where he is for now. Actually, no. I want my rockets in that spot. Because if I put my... No. If I put my rockets over to here, or I send them over here, immediately both of these eclipses can come up and get a free shot at any one of these spaces. This Marine here has to already protect him from this space. If I bring him up into any one of these three, he's going to get reduced by these eclipses. So I need to be able to bring this battery up to this position where the engineer is. So let's move the engineer up to this back mountain so that he's right next to this heal spot. So now this is a super healing spot with the engineering. So anything that gets damaged, if I get him on this medical terrain, boom, I can heal them up real quickly. Perfect. In the meantime, I guess we should just fill up on Marines. Let me get 2 more Marines, especially since I'm going to have to sacrifice this one. Now, let me get one up in this position, and I'd like another... Oh, that's my port, not another base. Let me get a second Marine right here, so that now both of them have a chance to get to these mountain squares and defend these squares a little better. Maybe push them up and use them as, like, human shields against my batteries and stuff like I did with this guy. I'll need the cannon fodder. It might have to be cannon fodder on a map like this. We'll see. Alright, so that's the end of this turn. We'll see what Android77 does on his next turn. That's turn 7, guys.